Okay, we are recording this English meeting right now. So, as we are talking about policy, it's a pleasure to talk with you again. It's a pleasure to have you here with us at our YouTube channel. And without further ahead, let's start. Let me try answer at my own. I believe it'd be almost the same as you said. As you just said for me right now. You told me that there's a lot of people which pass through our lives. So when we are a child, when we were just a child, maybe we had a lot of friends at that time. But unfortunately, the things change as the years passed. As the years passed go, maybe we start to think different things. Maybe we change our cities. Maybe we go to other places and we do not see that persons anymore. We are not able to see these friends which we have, or maybe just the life changes our way of thinking about this, the stuffs of our life. So I agree with you, but I believe, of course, it is much important, or it's so important to have or to make contact with old friends. I believe so, but it's natural. It's a way of life. So today we have a lot of opportunities to meet new people, as you and I right now here. For instance, I don't even know you before we started studying English. So right now I know you. So which means I made a new friend, which I don't even know until 3 months ago. So right now we are an example. We are an example about this phrase. So I like to meet new people, but in my opinion, it's most important. It's so important to keep contact with other ones because maybe that person or these persons should know us better. They should know us better, or they would know us better, and they can help you. They can make some advice for us, and of course, the both side is good, even new people, but we must keep our old friends or old people who we already know. And that's my opinion about that. It's very important to have to be open, or to be open mind, which means when we talk about people, when we talk about friends and new contacts, but we must to have we must to show the right appreciate for the old friends too. Uh, I don't know if I made me clear here, but that is what I would like to say with you right now about this question. And the next question, let me ask you, when and where did you meet most of your friends? Could you remember when did you meet your old friends, or tell me a little bit about a new friend that you maybe met right now? So would you like to explain, or would you like to answer this question? When and where did you meet most of your friends?
Okay. I think before I started my career, I was a little shy. At that time, when I was in school, I was not quite interested in meeting new people, but I still had some friends, but not so many. I think at that time, I was not keen to join any big parties, but I liked to spend time with only very small group of friends, uh, such as 3 people or 2 people. And at that time, I only have had friends who were girls. But I found after I started my career, I have changed a lot. Now, I find that I like joining groups. For example, some of my team members, my coworkers, are working in another city, and our leader is in the same city as me. So sometimes my coworkers would have to go on a business trip to my city, and at this time, we will go out to have a party. I'll go out to eat with a lot of people, and I find that I enjoy this time. I enjoy to spend time with a lot of people and talking with those people. Besides, I find that I miss my previous classmates very much, and some of my classmates in my high school are now in the same city with me. So sometimes on weekends, I like to uh, spend time with them. I think my answer is a little far away from the question. Okay, let me go back to the question.
No
So,
problem.
all in
No
all,
problem. Just
okay,
remember that these questions is just to open our minds and to get a new conversation. So go around, feel free. I'm so
okay,
interested. I was so interested what you were explaining.
okay. So I think all in all, I meet the most friends after I started my career. Uh, I I find that I in every because I have been working in over 3 companies. In some company I was an intern, and in some company I was a full-time employee. And I found that in every company I can have a close friends, at least one close friends. But when I was in school, I sometimes I have friends, but sometimes I didn't make any new friend for several years. Okay, that's all.
Very interesting, very interesting. But as you can see, and you can probably feel the same, how much we changed when the years have been passing. How much our minds think different between when we were just a child, when we were teenagers, and right now when as we are adults. So our brain, our way of thinking about things around of our lives, this topic has changed a lot. So as you told that when you are a little younger right now, when you were younger than right you are right now, you use it not to be or to go. How can I say? You don't like to go or to have many people at the same part close to you, which means you don't like to went to the parties. You don't like to have so many people around you. So you are just more reserved person. You are a more reserved person. I don't know if it's the right word to say, but you are a quite reserved. So right now, you told me that as you started to your adult life, so you find out that it's not so wrong. It's not so bad when you have the opportunity to went to some parties to have how can I say, there's a word, for instance, when you just live at your job and you go out with your friends, your co-workers, you just enjoy a time with them, and you notice that it's very enjoyable time. It's an enjoyable time, so it's nice. But I think the same when I was young, or when I was younger than now. I do not like it to be on these parties too. I'm not so reserved because I had a lot of friends at the time. I had so many friends when I was younger, when I was a teenager. But in my opinion, my friends, a lot of my friends, just trying to answer this question here, when and where I met most of my friends. It was there are two parts of my life. It was about I believe half of them. It was when I was teenager, and another half part. It was when I went to the when I lived to the job when I lived to the army which I served for a year. When I lived to the army, I started to make so many friends, and I got so many friends from the army too. Maybe they are watching us here at my YouTube channel too. And so I am right now as how can I say, at my new office, in my new career as occupation safety technician. I must talk with so many people. I must speak with so many people. I give a lot of trainings to them. I gave so many courses to them, and it is almost impossible to have no new friends when we are occupational safety technician, because there are a lot of people who don't like me so much, because sometimes I'm so how can I say, they call me so bored, because I like to my job is to take care about their safety, even though if they are not trying to keep their safety on, but I my job is to help them to do not have accidents with themselves. I'm like to I my job is to prevent the diseases during their activities, and sometimes I'm so I seems to be angry with them, but it's not personal things. It's just professional things. So my job is to make the more safer the place. So, but I have so many. I spend so many times speaking around with people. So sometimes they start to call me as a friend. They start thinking me as as his friends. So I have a lot of friends because my job, and I have a lot of friends I had a lot of friends during my teenagers time or my childhood. The next question is your turn. What are the best ways to make a good first impression? What are you thinking about?
Okay. I actually I am not quite believe in this thing. First impression, because I have some experience. One of my previous colleagues, who is one of my best friends, that didn't have a good first impression for me. When I first met her, I thought her as an aggressive girl, and a girl who was hard to cooperate with, and something like that. Um, because maybe when we first cooperated with each other, he wanted to force me to do something, and he forced me to accept his series or something like that. And actually, I was not quite agree with her opinion, so I didn't have a good first impression, and instead I have a very bad first impression of her, and I remember that after I went home, I go back to home after work. I even complained about her with my husband. I told my husband that this girl may let me feel bad in the work in the future, or something like that. But as time go as time went, I found it was interesting to cooperate with her, although sometimes she is a little stubborn with her opinion. But I think if I can use some instance or something else to persuade her, she would like to change, and she would like to accept new opinions. And I find that she is very uh, keen to her job. He only she only wants to do things well, so she always want to follow the best way to finish the work. And she is very good at math. Besides, after work, she is a very kind-hearted and considerate girl. So we spent a lot of after work time with each other, and uh, she taught me a lot of new technical skills, and I think I really enjoy the after work time spending with her. And Sometimes there are some people who have a really good impression on me, and these people like me to make friends with him or her I immediately. But after several times, I find that these people is not as good as the good first impression. And I think these people pretend to be good at the first time, and later I find that these people changed. So at this time, I don't feel well, and sometimes I want to be away from these people. So all in all, I think I will not uh, try to try to research how to make a good impression. But I also think this is important in some situation, such as you want to report some important results to your boss or your boss's boss. So at this time, you need to make a good first impression to these people, and then it will be much easier to sell your result or your opinion to these people. Or if you are a salesman, and you want to sell something to your customer, at this time you will not have a long time to let the customer know who you are. So at this time you really need to make a good first impression. I think in this situation, the way to make a good first impression is like using some professional words and do some uh, professional things, such as don't be too casual, and wear professional clothes, and prepare for what you want to sell, such as your presentation, or the product you want to sell. Prepare these things very well, so that you can show the people the best product or the best presentation. I think maybe this is the best way to make a good first impression.
Wow, very interesting, and it's so nice it's so nice to hear you when you express yourself, because the majority of time I agree with you. There's we think almost the same at the same ways about some topics. And this one, there are I believe all these topics has the both side, have the both side, which means it's very good, like you said. Depend on the situation, it's important to make a good impression, the good first impression. As you are a sailor, you told it. If you just have some minutes to talk with someone and to sell them, but I believe that there are other persons, which means the other ones, when they come to us, when they would like to present themselves to us, which means they like to know us, and they sometimes appears to you and start speaking with you and start to present themselves, introduce themselves to us. They try seems to be very good. They seems to be very good person. They seems to be very interesting person. But as you started working with them, as you started to understand better who they are, you can notice that that time, like you told it before, at that time, that person do not seems to be does not seems to be like they show you, like when they were just introduced them to you. So I agree with you, and I think the same. It's almost the same as you said. You just said something like that. You just said person depend on the situation. It's very dangerous to believe the person at the first time. You needed to needed to take care about what you are, who you are, who are knowing, who are you talking with, because sometimes the person trying to be good at the first time, but they in the real situation they are not so good as there seems to be on the first impression. So it's a danger way. It's a danger way. First impression is not so. It's not quite easier to prove and to get the true about this. There is no true in the first impression. I believe so. But we did the first topic, and I believe we did very well. I don't know what you thought about, and we already talking about this, but I'd like to talking about it before right now again right now. The new topic could be food. So we have so many questions here about food, and I know that a lot of people like to talk about it. So I hope you are the one. So what is your favorite snack, or what is your favorite food type of food or snack? Snack is like a lunch, a quick lunch, or things that you like to eat when you are just sit down at your sofa, you are just sit down at your couch watching TV or some things like that. What do you like to eat at this time?
Okay, I really like this topic, and I think I am a person who loves snacks very much, and I think every day, and when I'm sitting on my sofa, or even when I am lying on the bed, I eat some snacks. I know lying on the bed to eat some snack is not a good habit because sometimes it is not quite clean, and actually sometimes my husband doesn't allow me to that. Uh, he wants me to do this when I am not on the bed. So and these days I think I hardly ever do this. And maybe let me think. Maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, I bought a lot of ice cream online. Maybe over uh about 15 bottles of ice cream online.
Whoa,
And
really?
yes, and
It was a lot
I
of ice cream.
yes. But each bottle is very small, so I can eat one time, and this it is very interesting about the delivery because the ice cream is need to be stored in very cold place, and or else it will melt, and the um the delivery was started from another city. Let me think. M- Maybe another city which is about 200 kilometers away from my city, and they deliver the ice cream from that city to my city in this hot weather without without melting. It's so interesting. Maybe uh I heard that we had the new way of the delivery. It may called IC delivery. I don't know its exact name. I just give it translation, English translation name. And during the delivery, they had a special car with fridge on it. I actually maybe the whole car is a big fridge, so they can put the ice cream or some other fresh parcels such as meat, shrimp or something else in the car, and they use the car to for delivery. And when the delivery it's it's very near my house, they will call me if I can pick it up by myself. If I can't, they will deliver it to me next day. But for some common parcels, they will not call me. They will just put this parcel in a right place, in a box, and I will and they will tell me the password of this box, and I can go to pick it up by myself. But for this fresh things, such as ice cream, they will not put this in the box. So I think it is very interesting, and I really love ice cream. So this for the past few weeks, every time when I was watching TV on the sofa, I'd like to have some ice cream. Besides, I also like biscuit and potato chips. So I think I enjoy all kinds of snacks. And actually, in my office, we also have a snack snack box. And it is totally for free. We have some small snacks there, and sometimes when I'm working in front of my desk and I feel tired or I feel bored about my work, I will go to the snacks box to pick some snacks. Okay, that's all.
Nice. Nice. So, as we can see, or as you said right now, we just said, we can assume that you like it so much about ice cream. You are really
Yes.
into ice cream. That's very nice. And I like ice cream too, but I don't know if I bought 15 bottles of ice cream. I don't know if I would have bought it because I don't know if I would like to eat all this. I'm just kidding. I like it. I like a lot of ice cream too. I believe who do not like ice. Who does not like ice cream? I believe almost everyone like ice cream. It's almost all over the world like ice cream, and it's very interesting the way they deliver these things. As you said, I agree with you. There are some vehicles that have their like a fridge, like an air conditioner system, which can keep it ice cream cold during the travel. So it is very useful. But let me try to say, I don't know what type of snacks I'm into. I eat a little bit of everything. I like to eat everything. I like to eat biscuit, like you said. I like to eat chips. I like to eat sandwiches and things like that. I believe I'm more into sandwiches than other things, but I like to eat a lot of things too. I have no one favorite food. I like to eat everything, so doesn't matter. Just needed something to eat when I'm home. And how would you describe your country's food? Um, there are some specific countries' food at your country, China, for instance. What people should eat if they decided to visit China? What people should eat at your country? What is your common food at your country? What are you thinking about? There is just one type of food which is more important for you, which is more important for your country, or today that not exist anymore. The people eat a lot of things. They're not just one type of food. What should you or what could you explain to us about your country food?
Okay. Uh, I think, um, since China is very huge, so if a foreigner visit China, I it's very hard for me to just only recommend one dish. It's very hard. But I think every city has its own special dish. So I think if a foreigner visit Beijing, the city I am living in, I will recommend these people to eat the toasted duck. It is the famous. It is the most famous dish in Beijing, and I think it is really delicious. But I because I think Beijing is
What is
not
it
my.
called? Toasted duck? Did you say toasted duck?
Yes,
Ah,
yes,
okay,
duck.
okay, nice, nice,
And
nice.
and I think, but I don't usually eat toasted duck. But I have tasted it. It's good. I don't know how to describe it, and I think it is quite special. It is unique from other kinds of toasted duck, because the toasted duck in Beijing is very crispy, uh, and delicious. Um, I don't know how I don't have much many vocabulary about food, so I can only use delicious. And I think if oh yes, toasted duck. And if some people visit let me think, south west eastern southwestern China. Sometimes I'm confused with the south, north, east, west. I need to think for a while. Okay,
So do
uh
I.
southwestern China. I will recommend these people to eat some spicy food, because in these places, maybe I guess the weather is a little humid, so people are keen to eat spicy food. Not a little spicy. It is extremely spicy, but it is also delicious. Uh, they like to cook all kinds of food with a lot of spicy. And in these areas, hot pot is also very famous, and it is also quite spicy. In hot pot, but it is delicious. I remember last time I went to Chengdu, which is a city in southwestern China, and I tasted some spicy food. It was good, but I sweated a lot when I was eating the spicy food. And
Yes.
in southeastern China, uh, the food is different. Um, People in southeastern China like to eat sweet food. They cook everything with sweet. Uh, because I got my master's degree in Shanghai, which is a southeastern Chinese city, and I found the first time I went there, I was amazed by the food, because they even they even cooked vegetable with sugar. Um, Before that, I couldn't understand. I think because in my opinion, we should because cooking vegetable is a very simple thing. We just need to boil it with water and put some sausage, or some salt on it. It's very easy, but I don't understand why those southwestern people like to put sugar on vegetable. But it tastes good. It tastes different, and I think in next time if I travel there, I will have a try again. It's good, and and in I think in okay, I was confused with the with the direction again.
Northwest. Right now, I'd like to say northwest. You
Oh
just
yes, yes.
west. Yes, northwest.
Oh yes, you are right. In northwestern China, uh, I don't know how to describe their food. I think they like to toast everything. Um, toast meat, and toast pancake, and toast everything. I haven't traveled there, but uh, I have tasted some more uh, s- western northwestern food in my city. but I don't know if the food I taste here is quite local. But I think all in all, I think in my opinion, they like to toast everything and they like noodles. And so all in all, I think it is very difficult to just recommend one food for the foreigners or the travelers. So I think Chinese people like food very much, and the Chinese people spend a lot of time on cooking and on creating new kinds of food. So I will recommend foreigners to taste all kinds of different food. And I believe that for a foreigner who want to travel in China for over a week, for maybe travel around a week, these people can taste all kinds of different. No, I mean every meal. These people can have a different kind of food. This means we have all kinds of different food in China.
Nice,
Okay,
nice.
that's all.
Well, so many information, and I know how difficult maybe it is for you to explain because, as you just said right now, there are a lot of type of foods, a lot of ways of eating. So it's very like you just said, China is a huge country, so there are a lot of cultures, and each cultures maybe would like to they make their own foods, their own dishes, and it is very difficult to just choose one. So to say how can you recommend just one if there are each country, each city at your country has their own favorite food. And on Brazil or at Brazil here, for instance, it's the same. For instance, in the south of Brazil, people like to eat more pasta, more things like that, like pizza, like hot dogs, hamburgers, or things like that. And they like to so much to make a barbecue and things like that. But in the north of Brazil, people prefer to spice foods like acarajé, like there's a lot of foods, a lot of spice foods and Bahia, for instance. So, but all these types of foods is delicious. So I cannot choose this just one, two. I would like to choose one piece of each of them just because all of them is seems to be delicious. So I agree with you. And I like to know, it's very useful to know that people like for, like you said, it was toasted duck. That's it. You said. And here in Brazil, we prefer to eat chicken, toasted chicken. Do you know? Toasted chicken.
Yes.
Yes, I believe it's the same. Do you at your country maybe people prefer are more like into toasted duck, sorry. And but here in Brazil we are more into toasted chicken or toasted uh, how can I say meat, which is barbecue, something like that. That's it. I don't know how can I express it because my vocabulary into food is not so good too. I should improve at this part my English. So I don't know what I can say more about that. But the next question, it'll be easy for you. Do you usually eat health food?
Okay. I think not quite usually, and I think traditional Chinese food is not quite healthy because we could traditional Chinese food with a lot of spicy, sugar, and salt. I think it is not quite healthy, and we like to eat meat, for in some traditional Chinese dishes. So I think healthy means not much sausage, not much salty, and a lot of vegetable, not much meat, and don't
Oil.
oh yes, not much oil, and don't fry I don't know how to say. Don't fry the food because when you fry something, there will be a lot of oil on it, and I think unfortunately, all all the delicious things are cooked like this with a lot of oil and are fried and
All
with a
things,
lot of sugar and salt.
all delicious things is fried, so that is not health because they brings a lot of oil. So I agree with you. All delicious things seems to be fried. I don't know why.
Yes, I don't know why. And actually, every year I go to the hospital to do the medicine, medical examine, or what medical check. And the doctor tell me that I am healthy, and so I don't force myself to eat healthy food. But sometimes, if the healthy food is delicious, I'd like to eat the healthy food.
I
For
just would like to,
sometimes,
I just would like to
yes.
show you here. Can you see? This was my dinner today. It was a lunch, which is called here in Brazil. I don't know how can I say in English because in English people just have hot dogs for instance, but this is not a hot dog. It's similar. It's called how can I say X salada. I don't know. It's called X salada in Portuguese, but it's not just a X salada. There's a lot of things. There are bacon, there are eggs, there are cheddar, there are cheese cheddar. You know, cheese cheddar. There
uh,
are yes. There's a lot of things. How can I say? There's a lot
Maybe
of oil.
kebab. I don't know.
Yeah, it's something like that because I put a lot of things here. They put on this on it a lot of things: bacon, eggs, tomato, lettuce. How can I say? But more. Mayonnaise, I don't know how can I say that. Mayonnaise, I don't know how can I say mayonnaise in English. But I'd like just to say that I unfortunately when I'm traveling at business travel like today, unfortunately my lunch or my dinner is not quite healthy. So, but when I'm back at my home tomorrow, I gonna back to my home to my own city, and I will start my diet again. I started to running again. I started to do my stuff like this again because I'm felt so how can I say I'm felt so guilty. Yes, I'm felt so guilty about my health. I don't know why. I just like sorry for interrupting, but I'm just like to share this with you.
Okay. So sometimes I think I need to I need to go on a diet, but I don't have the motivation to do that because the doctor say that I am healthy and no problem. So I don't have any motivation to go on there. So actually every day I don't care much about the food I am eating, and sometimes I eat very unhealthy food such as fried chicken or something else at night. Sometimes I feel guilty, and sometimes I feel bad. My stomach feel bad after I eat toasted chicken at midnight. So I will stop do that again. But if I feel well and the medical examine is well, I don't care about this.
Oh, maybe you should have thinking about your future when you get older. So, for instance, I don't know. Can I ask a question? How old are you right now?
Okay, no problem. I'm 27 years old.
Oh, okay. So I'm 32. I'm gonna do 32. Let me remember. No, I'm already 32 right now. I didn't even know, but I started to doing these things because I'm looking for people in front of me, which means people who are older than me, and I'd like to be like them because I have been seeing people who have they're 60 years old, and they are how can I say they are gorgeous. They look gorgeous. They look very healthy. They look like they have 30 or 40 years. I don't know how can they do that. So, but meanwhile, there are a lot of other ones, other people who are in their 50, in their 60 years old, which do not seem to be have just 60. They seems to be have 80 years old, almost 90 years old. I don't know, because their health was not very good. They didn't care about their health during the younger time. I don't know. That is my motivation. So I'd like to achieve my 50, my 60 years old with good health. That's what I'm thinking about. But I don't know if it will be possible because today, as I said, as I just said, I already I already did a bad thing. I ate a lot of. Yesterday was not the same. Yesterday I went to the supermarket here in the city which I'm in right now. I'm in the city which is called the Londrina. My own city is called Araucaria, Paraná. This city is the same state of my own, but it's 500 kilometers away, like I told you. And I do not know anything about this city because it's the first time which that I came to this city here. So I do not like to went out of my hotels. I'd like to be at I like to be at my home at my hotel. I like to spend time studying. I like to spend time doing watching some videos, watch some movies here. I'm not like to. I'm not into to just walking around the city just to see things like that. I'm not this type of person. At least not today. At least not this time. I don't know. Maybe the next time I'd like to see more places at the city, but at this time I'm not into to just walking around this just to know this place. But yesterday I take the action towards my dream, towards my goal, which is be healthier. So I went to the supermarket after my job and I bought so many vegetables. Like I bought some fruits. I bought a banana. Do you know banana? It's
Oh
the same in
yes,
English, of course.
yes.
And I like too much. I like so much to eat banana. I'm into banana. I like to eat orange. I bought some orange, and I bought some type of I don't know if you can see. It's like a choco. It's chocolate. It's like a juice. It's almost a juice, but there's a lot of vitamins. There are a lot of good things on it. So I decided to buy this. But unfortunately, I did yesterday. So today, I had no motivation to went to the supermarket, and unfortunately, I ate a bad thing here. But it was so delicious. It was so delicious.
Okay. So I think unhealthy food makes us happy. But yes, I agree with you, and I think we really should care about our health. And in the future maybe I will try to change my bad eating habit.
Okay. And so, what is the best food to eat when you are sick? What are you thinking about? Let us remember. Let us remember because I believe one month ago, almost one month ago, you said to me, you told me that you got sick, you got a bad flu. I believe you got a bad flu, a bad level.
COVID. I
COVID,
got COVID
yes,
at that time.
yes. Sorry, I just called this flu because flu is similar. There's a similar
Oh
symptoms,
yes.
and I just said flu, but it was COVID. Okay, so you got COVID. So how was your food habit at that time? What did you eat? What did you eat to make you healthier, to make you bad, to give you energy to pass through this bad situation? So what are you thinking about this? What is the best food to eat when you are sick?
Okay, and I think when I am sick, I only want to eat healthy food, without much oil, much salt, and much sugar, because I think it's very magical because when I am ill, my body tells me that it doesn't want. I need unhealthy food and it can't digest. Understand? I need unhealthy food. So at that time, I think if somebody force me to eat the fried chicken, I will feel sick. And I don't want to eat those kind of things. I only want to eat some uh, some very healthy food such as rice with some boiled vegetable without much oil and salt. So I think this vegetable thing are very healthy.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree. I agree. I believe it's indeed it's much better to eat healthier food because maybe you can I don't know how can I say this in English, but in Portuguese we call disintoxicate. I don't know if we disintoxicate our body, which means our body has a lot of maybe bad things because we eat bad things, we ate bad things. So we must need to give a time to our job recovered for everything. So how can you do that? Just eat healthier food and spare at least 5 days resting, 5 day resting. It will be good, and your body can got balance. So I believe have a diet, have a good diet, or have a good habit, food habit. It will be better for people who maybe are sick and can prevent sickness. I'll say, which means if we start eating food related to healthy, thinking about the vitamins, for instance, the vitamins. C vitamins are responsible for helping our body to prevent to get a flu, for instance, to get a flu, to get sick, maybe to get COVID too, and things like that. And that's it, Alice. We did. I believe we finished our English speaking session. Let me ask you here, what time is it right now? It's 9 a.m. at your country.
Yes, exactly. 9 a.m.
Okay, nice. So, and are you go to the job today?
Oh yes.
Oh,
After finish this English session, I will go to my office.
oh, okay. So I hope you have a good day. So, but I'd like to finish it here, this English meeting. We're talking about 1 hour, and right now it's 10 p.m. here at my country, and I'm so tired. So I wake up today at 6 a.m. So I'm so tired right now. I'd like to get a rest a little bit. Tomorrow I must wake up early too, and it's another day. It will be another beautiful day. So I hope we can speak together. We can talk or practice our speaking skills. I don't know if it will be possible because tomorrow I'm gonna be traveling to my city. I maybe will arrive at home 7 and 8 p.m. Almost 7, almost 8 p.m. So I don't know if it will be possible because maybe I will arrive at home so tired from the travel. But Saturday morning we can we can talk and we can practice our speaking skills again. If you are free, I hope see you at next Saturday. So for the people who are watching us here at this English meeting, I'm gonna finish this recording season here, and I hope see other ones. I hope see everyone here with me and with Alice and another videos and another speaking sessions because today we spoke a lot of topics today, and as my YouTube channel is called, yes, you can learn English. Okay, so